Hi there, and welcome to Gauntlet Comics Hit the Streets. This is part of the Gauntlet community, which is a worldwide group of tabletop friends, aficionados, and fans, primarily playing independent or small press RPGs. Some people call them small book RPGs, as well as the OSR games. OSR being DIY, D&D focused style games. You won't see any Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition or Pathfinder here, especially not run by me. And this is also part of Gauntlet Comics, which is a living campaign world done in the style of an imprint of a comics published. So we have a wide variety of games that we play all in a shared setting. There's a wiki for it. It's super cool. In fact, the wiki had one of these characters before there was ever a game officially attached to the character. I was pretty excited about that. Hit the Streets is a game that I'm about to publish. I'm very excited. This is one of two last playtests that I will be running, and then Patrick's husband, Tyler, will be running it in May. It may come out during May, most likely will, because at this point, I keep touching and tweaking, and I think perfect is the enemy of done, I have once heard. So we are in the third of three sessions of a game about a group of characters who are in estates, and they have been messing with time travel. This is the second Gauntlet Comics game in the 4 months that it has been running, where time travel was a theme. But we're probably not going to do a bunch of time travel because the time travel that's happening, we'll discuss in a minute, is pretty terrifying. So the last thing I'll do before I have everybody introduce their characters is remind you that we have safety tools that we utilize here. The first one is an open door policy. That's an official Gauntlet standard. If at any time you need to leave for adult issues or because this game there's just a complete impasse and you need to go, please try to give me a heads up, but you're welcome to go. Respect you, and this is a leisure activity. The second safety tool is, actually there's three, I just realized. But anyway, the second one, the major one, is the X card. That is where you can just make an X and we'll excise that from our play. We'll talk about it. We'll discuss. I won't challenge you on it. I respect you and I don't have your lived experience. So you tell me. Only question I'll ask is, what is the thing that's caused the problem, discomfort, whatever, so that we can remove it from play. There'll be no discussion. No one's going to try to talk you out of it. Just tell us, we go on. There are 5 beautiful brains here. I guarantee that whatever has caused a slight stutter step in our game, we will find a cooler, more interesting way to make it happen. Trust me on that. And then the last one is Lines and Veils, which we already did a little bit of Lines and Veils play there early on when we were talking through the setting creation in session 1. As a reminder, we have some victimization of people who, quote unquote, won't be missed. And the line was not to make them objectification. We don't want to just primarily be social workers or anything on the absolute easy trope. Is that the right? It's been 3 weeks. I want to make sure that I'm phrasing that line appropriately. Is there a more nuanced way for me to say it, or are we all on the same page? I guess what's most important.
That sounds right. Excuse me, sounds right. Yeah, like not defaulting to dead prostitutes, which is perhaps a less nuanced way of putting that.
And that's fine with me as long as we're all on the same page. And then I have a line on fridging people. I'm just not gonna. Wow, sorry about that. That was a weird wiggle. I'm not going to fridge people. I'm not going to say you have a loved one, so I'm going to kill them to raise the stakes. That's just not interesting to me. It's very lowbrow, very easy to go. So let's begin the game with Patrick's character's mom's dead. No, wait. Let's introduce our characters. Plus, never got to see Poppy on screen until one of the early scenes, and she's not going to be dead because that would make her less interesting and less useful for me as a foil to you, Kyron. Patrick, please remind us of your character.
So I'm playing Chiron, Karen Rook, who is a professional investigator and professional superhero at times. You know, she's in the phone book. You can look her up. She's got an office. It might or might not also be her apartment, but it's got a really fancy door. So just pay attention to that part. She's incredibly good with anything that has to do with marksmanship or is aimed or thrown or shot, especially shot. Good with her bow. Also very gymnastic and flexible, and also highly overworked and sort of stressed out, and surrounded by a team that it's a little unmanageable sometimes. I mean, they their passions get the better of them. It's fine. They're good people. They sometimes they don't think everything through all the way, but it's fine. Everything's fine. It's for good.
Okay, that sounds great. I'm going to skip. We'll bring Jace's character in last. Agatha, could you remind us of the character you're playing, please?
Yeah, of course. I'm playing Sasha Ivankov, aka the Fist. He's kind of like your normal guy that works two jobs. He one of his jobs is a bouncer at various nowadays better establishments. So more by better, I mean more expensive. And his other job is being a mailroom clerk. He is not super secretive about his superhero identity. The Fist was a nickname given to him by his high school friends, a couple of which he's still very close with, which may or may not be a good life decision. He also has, he's in a sort of maybe relationship, thus far undefined, with this chick. She's really hot and is perhaps possibly evil, question mark. She's definitely working for an evil organization, but so he's kind of like life has been throwing a lot of difficult things, difficult decision making moments into his face, and he doesn't like making decisions.
Well, oftentimes he doesn't.
It's true. Other people make them for him.
I know, it's pretty cool. Alejandro, please remind us of your character.
I am playing the Cowl. His that's his superhero and name. He is a reformed, hungry ghost demon from the Mahayana Buddhist pantheon. He is the owner of the Hardhold, a bar in the slums of Gauntlet City. Gauntlet City, yeah. He took on the mantle of the Cowl, a vigilante defender of his patrons, which are the homeless, the addicts, and the weirdos of society, the lowlifes of society that nobody cares for, and he did so reluctantly. And now he's working with this group of characters and trying to get by. That's it.
All right. Last but not least, Jason was unable to join us last session. Please tell us about your character.
Sure. I'm playing Sugar Glider. In real life, Wendell Williams is a costumer. He makes costumes for C-list heroes who are trying to make it, and for cosplayers trying to pretend that they are heroes. He's kind of on the short and dumpy side, has very thick glasses, and is a little shy, so he's not a natural hero, but he was inspired by his hero, the Savage Shrew, to take up the mantle of heroism. And so he made himself a special outfit that will let him glide for short periods of time, and took on the mantle of Sugar Glider. And he's got these large prescription goggles too, so that nobody knows that his eyesight's just really wretched. And he's just a really, really nice guy when you get right down to it. he gets along with most people, even if he kind of blends in. But no longer, Sugar Glider takes the stage.
I was wondering, so does Wendell wear his costume often, or is this a thing where he's always carrying it? But
he doesn't wear it all the time. Like his costume is actually cotton, because cotton breathes, as opposed to polyester or spandex, which only amateurs would actually use to start off with, and they pretty quickly learn to regret it. But that being said, if you ever see a picture of it, it actually zips up pretty quickly. It's a jumpsuit he can put on with relative ease. So he always has it with him, and quite often he's wearing it when he's not on patrol, just so he can feel extra cool. But yeah, most of the time he's if he's out and about, he is protecting himself with his civilian identity. Cool. Oh, and he also has the apartment right over the hard hold, which it was cheap. There's something about an ancient Buddhist curse. No one else wanted it.
It's kind of rent controlled, in that no one else will rent it other than you. So that's how the rent is controlled. We'll pick up with you, Wendell. Yeah. I think it would be interesting if we pick up with you heading to a small convention that Gauntlet Comics, which is the comics publishing, the small-time Gauntlet Comics is, this is so meta, but we're doing it, is the small-time comics publishing company that is located here in the neighborhood, and their main hero du jour that they use for consulting is none other than Tornado Tom. And there's they're doing a like comic book signing / cosplay contest that's happening. And if you remember, the comics is down on Casada Lane. It's just down the street from where you live. Hero in quotes, actually. Retired villain that's a golden age, so long ago that people are like, was he good? I don't know, he's just a crusty old man who has a bad knee. The convention it's like a 2-day affair. It's like a Saturday Sunday thing. I'll say it's probably like a Friday Saturday thing. Does that feel right to you, or you think it should be Saturday Sunday?
Most places have moved to Friday, Saturday. Although it kind of depends. In some places, Thursday, Friday is actually better, because Saturday is not actually good for everybody of every faith. We've discussed about changing it. Currently, it's quite a conversation that we've been having, and I think maybe we need to do more than one, but they're worried about diffusing. But right now it's Friday and Saturday. Right now that's what it is.
All right, so you're headed down there on a Friday. Do you try to get there early? And you've got a few orders for costumes this time around. A few college kids have found out about you on I don't know, like Craigslist, Facebook ads. I don't know how you get your word around, but they found out about you and have your Etsy store. I'm not sure.
I think he's got an Etsy store, but it's largely word of mouth, because Wendell isn't terribly good at self-promotion.
Nice. So we'll say there are 3 orders that are due, and they all wanted to meet you at various times early on Friday so that they can try to enter the big cosplay contest. There's like $5,000 for the top.
All right. Wendell is certainly there early, like ready to go.
Nice. So you show up, and they're actually holding this at a rented space that's right near Gauntlet Comics. So a lot of the Gauntlet Comics employees are wheeling down things to do last minute prep and setup, and we'll say it's some kind of warehouse that they've kind of converted into be space for vendors and the like. And as you come in, I assume you're pretty well known, right, Wendell? I mean, you do this kind of thing.
Yep. No, especially among vendors and other costumers, because Wendell does good work, man. Got 6 dice to throw around with that. So
Yeah, you do.
So yeah. People know him. He waves at people. He actually, him being Wendell, he actually checks in on them and says, "Oh, how's your dog? Is Frisky, right? Yeah. Wasn't doing well. Okay. I actually looked up." So he does a whole lot of that kind of thing, and like he remembers everybody's pets, and if they were into the Gauntlet City goblins, you're like, "Oh, they lost again." I know that was. It's disheartening.
They're terrible.
They're terrible, but you have to love them. You have to love an underdog, right? Right?
Speaking of which, one person shows up to pick up their costume. Are they a hero, a villain, or some kind of mashup of some like media property?
I think what they are, just because we're doing it with Tornado Tom here, is it is a uncomfortably sexy gender swap Tornado Tom costume.
Nice. I like it. Is this uncomfortably, like it's a sexy Tornado Tina kind of thing? I like it.
Yep.
And I'm now glancing at the Tornado Tom outfit. So yeah, I'm seeing lots of possibilities.
Like a yellow
there.
bustier.
It's great. It was like I don't even know what that is in the center there. Is this supposed to be a T? I think it's a big T, right? Like a.
I think I don't have the picture in front of me, but I remember it pretty clearly as an overly muscled Forbush man.
Oh, it's on. It's on the NPCs and places. That's where I was glancing at.
Yeah.
No big deal.
Oh, right, I forgot.
Yeah, he's got some kind of like a metal helmet. It looks like.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like he's got. It looks like a pot on his head.
Yes.
So yes,
I love it. Cool. So she comes over to pick up her stuff. You see that Bianca, the tattoo artist, is setting up her little chair, and getting all of her things. Bianca is the tattoo artist who normally works at the Hard Hold, but that's usually in the evenings when our shop closes. She just packs up her stuff and goes over there. And evidently this Friday and Saturday, she'll be offering tattoos. And so as all of this is going on, you recognize, and again, this is the NPCs in place to be a person that you'd probably know relatively well. Sang-hun, or Sang-yu, is the son of Tink, who is Kyron's supplier. If I remember correctly, we established he was a high schooler, right, Patrick? Yeah, so Song comes through. He's one of those like early browsers, and he's looking around. And when he sees you, you're out of costume, right? You're just Wendell and hanging out.
Right now I'm Wendell.
But he'd know you, right? Yes, no, don't think so.
Well, he'd certainly know me as Wendell Williams.
Okay, so he knows you as Wendell. All right.
Yeah, I kind of doubt he knows Sugar Glider. Okay. Or that.
But he would know Wendell knows Karen, right?
Oh yeah. That's not hard because Karen's at the Hard Hold all the time. Wendell lives there.
Cool. So
Wendell keeps awkwardly trying to figure out what drink to buy her. Zima. But
Zima. Cool. So Sang sees you and he comes over. He says, "Hey, Wendell."
Hey, son.
I think. How tall is Wendell? Is tall?
He's on the short side actually. So
yeah, that's what I thought.
He's like, maybe we'll call him like 5'3", maybe.
Oh God. Okay, so Sang being like 5'8", he actually gets the feeling of being taller than you, which is rare for him. So he's got his thumbs in his little backpack straps. He's wearing some kind of animal backpack thing, and he says, "Oh, hey, have you seen Karen?"
I mean, we get together pretty often. I haven't seen her recently. We normally we meet up on Tuesdays quite often, and we sometimes we hang out. I mean, wait, why do you know? Why do you need Karen, or do you need Chiron? Because if she's being super, you should use the secret identity, Chiron. It's kind of like the Archer, but it's spelled differently because her name's Karen. So it's like you merge them. No, she's not around.
Cool. I mean,
I could reach out. I could reach for her. What do you need? How can I help? It's what I'm here for.
He seems like he wants to talk to you, but he's a little nervous with all the people around. I think you need to convince him to open up to you.
I am so convincing. I will attempt to convince him to open up to me.
All right.
And
So I think you're doing something that normal people would do.
Yep. I'm pretty sure that's going to be Jaw.
Yeah, I think it's Jaw, but I do think you're fulfilling your team role of being the compassionate one.
All right, so that would be 5.
I would say that this is typical. He's not, he's not obviously being threatened in a way that would make him closed, other than you're slightly awkward and weird and.
Yeah. So that we're clear here, the supplier is a former superhero, or their other kid was a superhero? I forget.
What I remember is that Tink was a vigilante, but her partner was killed.
Mm-hmm.
So the son is who she's kind of viciously protective of.
All right. So Sugar Glider, being kind of an ultimate fanboy, is going to spend some spark on this. Because he cares about heroes and about the children of heroes, and plus they make all that cool stuff for Chiron. So I'll bring myself up to 6 dice with that. Plus I've got so much spark than all you other people. It's crazy.
It is crazy that you have some. Why are they so low on spark? They must have frivolously
How
wasted.
could that have happened?
Poor cow. He's like almost
and I'll just re-roll all these dice that are already on the board.
There are a lot of dice. You should re-roll all of them.
Yep.
I've found it's faster to clear and fresh than click 6 times, but that's just me.
Yeah. I already got them clicked.
All right.
There we go.
You're looking for evens, and
I have 4 evens.
You are so even. That is great. By the way, someone, while proofreading the text today, reminded or suggested to me a pun that I have now put in the game. When you are rolling to get evens, you're trying to beat the odds. It's in the book, suckers. Suckers. It's going to be in print. Suckers. My pun that I stole from someone. All right. So Yang kind of looks around a little bit. And he scoots away from Bianca because Bianca is a crazy hot tattoo lady that he totally doesn't want to be embarrassed around. And he says, I don't want to tell Mom because she'll freak out. But like, I don't know. There's a couple of people that have just been watching me outside of school, kind of following me around, and I mean, it's probably nothing, but I just thought maybe Karen would watch the Watchers or whatever.
No. She probably, she has a whole team, and
she does. I thought she was just like a solo, like PI.
No, all right. So you know how sometimes the superheroes have their solo issue and are also part of a team. Like that's how Chiron rolls. Like there's the Chiron annual issue, and then there's also the team, which is the night shift, and sugar gliders on that team. Also, the Fist and the Cow are on that. They're pretty cool, but I hear that people have gone missing, so it's something to be. I'll let her know.
Okay, dude, I'm just here for Pokemon. So
and
I
who
don't know your
wouldn't be?
stuff.
There is an arena. No one else has actually caught on to it yet. It just popped up. It's about it's over near the water fountain, and the water fountain's a little out of the way. So if you head over there,
can you like tell her the thing? And he like pulls out his phone.
Yeah.
Okay, sweet. She's got my number, and he starts pulling up the app and walking away. What do you do?
Bye. I think I'm going to go ahead and text to Karen about this. Like immediately, because I gotta. I would normally be. I'm going to end the text with going, "Do you need me to keep an eye on him? Is this a job for ... Sugar Glider?"
Please tell me Sugar Glider's all in caps.
Of course.
Awesome. So this text arrives, Karen. As you guys see, if you remember the weird purple, the purple outside of the diner, and the wind that was whipping people sideways as you guys were having your argument. So there's a weird weather activity. Larry Sprinkles is very excited when your phone buzzes with a text from Wendell, aka Sugar Glider. If I remember correctly, Fist, Sasha, you had walked Aisha out, but were on your way back into the little cafeteria, right? Is that right?
Yeah, because there's supposed to be a meeting going on. And I think we had a talk afterwards, too.
You did. That's right. You guys had a talk and talked about the team meeting and all that stuff. And you had a heart-to-heart.
And I called Karen out.
Yeah, kind of, sort of.
For not liking the chicks that I date.
I'm sure that has nothing to do with anything.
Time-traveling kidnappers! I think I'll very hurriedly text back to Wendell, purple clouds, no time, take care of it.
Nice. So that's the response you get, Sugar Glider. As you see that, he's sure enough. Yang is headed over there, and wow, there is Jim, and he is battling excitedly. There's other kids who are coming up, and a father-daughter team are coming up, and they're all starting to get together in this little gym that's propping up nearby. Some lures have been dropped, and some people are squabbling about different, rules to the gym and all that good stuff. They start fighting, and seems like he's relatively safe here, maybe, unless perhaps someone set up this lure specifically to draw him in. What do you do, Sugar Glider?
Well, I'm being trusted to take care of this, so I have to, really. I've been asked to by the team leader, who is apparently dealing with purple clouds, which is a new villain I have not encountered. But purple clouds is a good name. I keep thinking the fish should add a color before their name. I don't know why they haven't yet. But so I think that Sugar Glider immediately dives underneath his table and puts on the Sugar Glider outfit so that he can stealthily keep an eye on Sung.
Nice. So you suit up, and And yeah, I think as you suit up, I'd like to see a patrolling the neighborhood. I know you're already pretty hot on Spike or on Spark on Spark, but I see this as being a patrolling the neighborhood, trying to keep this guy safe. You're using your compassion to watch out for him. It does not have tension. The difficulty is going to be a 2, pretty typical, but you get to roll B Super plus Heart.
I like that. Those are my favorite things to roll. I don't imagine gliding comes into play.
I don't think so, no.
I think my team roll probably does.
Yeah, it does.
So I'm looking at 8 dice. And in this case, I will actually just clear. Where's that clear all? Oh, there it is.
Yes, to the right of the submit, the red submit.
Yeah. And so we said 8, right? Right.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man. Only 2 successes and 2 1s.
Okay. Tension is not involved in patrolling the neighborhood, so 2 successes, you're successful. You regain a spark or you gain a new spark, so you can add that into your total. And you watch out and you find that there are a couple of like rougher teens that come in and they start. You notice that they're looking around and they kind of hone in on Yang. They look like they're headed his way. You don't have to make another roll. You tell me how you successfully keep Yang safe from these 2 guys. Did I say? Yeah, Sang. Sorry. Thank you.
Yeah.
You want me to cut away and we'll come back and see how you do that?
No. They just look like toughs, right?
Yeah, there's a couple like seniors, or maybe they're not even still in high school. Punks.
Oh yeah. I think that Sugar Glider steps in front of them and starts lecturing them about proper ways to engage. Like he just geek-splains at them. Like he steps in front of them. He's like, "Greetings, citizens. Welcome to the Gauntlet City Con. I can tell you haven't been here before, so allow me to give you the lay of the land. On your left, you will see there is the bathroom. You will need to use that, and I suggest you do it now before it gets too messy, because you don't want to use it an hour from now. Believe you me. On your right, there's the water fountains. Use them often, or you will pass out. That's no fun. Now, what are you into? Anime, a comic book?" And he just distracts them by stepping in front of them, geeking out at them.
Yeah, and they are just so very lost. And because you just beat I think it's just one of those where they're like, "Oh God, let's get out of here, man." And then they blow it off. If you'd gotten a significant amount, like maybe one of them would have secretly revealed that he was super into One Punch Man. But instead,
that's fine. They walk away, and he nods to himself. "Job well done by Sugar Glider."
Cool. So we cut back to the 3, the cowl. By the way, I just want to quickly point out that in my other playtest group, there's a hero named the Shroud, and I totally want to see a team up between the cowl and the Shroud. I'm writing fanfic about it in my head. Anyway, so the cowl, the fist, and Kyron, all 3 of you are charging out of the diner, seeing this crazy weather pattern, and you see that if you remember the caddy, that is effectively the time yacht of the syndicate, and you see that it has pulled up and stopped just a half block away from you guys, and you see the time skipper, aka Hap, as well as Eon, and Rich is getting lost in his own little notes. As well as Eon and Shifter, who, by the way, if you guys remember, Shifter got clocked, right? So he has like a little toilet paper thing shoved up his nose because otherwise it will bleed. And you see the 3 of them are staying out of the car, and it looks like there is a there's an empty space, and there's a telephone booth, and there's an older telephone booth, and then there's an empty space again. And that is what you come upon, the three of them. What do you do?
I
So
turn to Karen.
Fine, Hey, what are you jerks doing back here? We told you to stay out of this neighborhood.
And Skipper, Hap, they look over at you and they go, I told you they would be here if we waited. Listen, you guys have messed everything up. We've got to have our Hydra spanner back. Everything's going to blow up.
What? No, you're the ones kidnapping people out of our neighborhood. You don't get to come. Your Hydra. What?
Jimmy, whenever he like pulls his little nose thing out and he flings it towards the side, littering. He says, "One of you stole the Hyper Spanner when you punched me in the face, and we need it back, or you guys will be living in the 50s."
You will keep that finger out of my face, or I will let Cowl off this leash, and he will come at you. Both nostrils, mister.
Backs up a little bit. Whoa. Not him. He's weird.
Yeah, that's right.
I want to actually start, like, scaring him.
Ooh, okay. Nice.
While it's opening, yeah.
Sweet. So you want to actively intimidate him? Do you see this as like you helping Kyron in a role, or you just want to do it on your own and kind of jump in? And what are you trying to get out of him?
I'm trying to I'm just trying to scare him. I mean, nothing more than that.
You succeed. That's not even a die roll. That's perfectly fine. Yeah, he starts backing off, and Hap will step like slow, throw their shoulder inside and say, "Whoa! Listen, you don't understand. We're keeping things the way they're supposed to be. Okay? So we have to have that device back."
But the way things are supposed to be, with what, people getting kidnapped?
We only take the people that don't matter.
Okay, I step forward with that, and I just start like slowly walking, and then like, in those in those movies where like the demon or the ghost is like 10 feet away, and then they're rushing towards you, but then suddenly they're 5 feet away, and then suddenly they're one. It's like, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm like crawling on the ground. Like the cowl comes off. I'm crawling to the ground, and I'm brushing them.
God, to do what? Because that's going to be super scary.
Yeah, it is. I'm actively like want to crush their wills.
Okay, so it sounds like that's what you want to do. One little thing for Fist. Remember, you punched Aeon Tempest before and knocked her out. You notice that she has she does not look like she's been hurt at all. However, her hair has grown about 3 inches. She doesn't look. You notice that. And she's definitely going to be moving against the cowl. So she's the person who designed the Year in an Instant yacht, the Time yacht, and she is a gadgeteer. So you see that she is going to try to interpose herself against you, Cowl. This tension will definitely be in effect here. So your difficulty to defeat her is going to be considerable. I'm going to say that it is going to be remarkable for you to defeat her.
So that's 4, eh? I would like to help.
Okay. So you're throwing a spark towards the cowl.
Yeah. The cow only has 3 sparks,
Mm-hmm.
so I think we should. Mm, yeah, I'll give 2.
You can only give one.
Oh, I can only give 1. Okay.
Okay, so I'm rolling. I'm rolling super. I'm rolling.
Well, actually, I think you're kind of being the wild one in here. That nobody has a plan. You're the first to act. You're escalating this to violence when they were at least attempting to talk. So, I'll give you that roll, and then yes, you're being super for sure. You're being supernatural. Maybe not super heroic, but supernatural for sure.
Well, I'm gonna rush up to them and like just start clawing and biting them, but I'm also like mentally like sending them like nightmares, like hands are ripping out of the ground, like and
Okay.
grabbing them and stuff like that.
So would you say that the thrust of the attack is more about the imagery that you're throwing at Aeon Tempest, or is it the actual physical harm that you are trying to do, and then the imagery is just an additive?
I think the imagery is an additive right now.
Okay. Then I think you are rolling with hands. But if you are bringing in that power, then you'll get 2 dice from that.
Okay. So that's 5, 8, 9 dice.
1, 4, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yes.
9, and then 10 for the spark.
Okay. There you go.
Right.
And difficulty is 4.
Is that D6? What am I
Yep.
rolling?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So 10, right?
Yes.
Okay. Five, 6 successes.
Wow, that's a lot of 6s. Holy cats.
And 2. Okay, so the 2 ones. What happens with those?
So, because tension is in effect, you can still succeed but take some damage in the doing. You have lost 2 spark, which means that you're down to 1 spark. When you run out of spark, you're down. And if you would have taken, if something happens that would have given you 1 more spark of damage, then you're out. So right now you're very close to being down at this point.
Okay.
I'm imagining that it was due to something she does back to you before she falls. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So I'm going for the person in the background, right? I'm going for one person, and then she steps in between.
Yes.
Right. So I don't know what she would do, and that kind of took me off guard, and then I just unleashed on her.
Cool. And what she has, she kind of flicks her wrist, and you see that her little, she's got like a Fitbit type deal. Something snaps over it like a gauntlet, and she uses that to reach out and claws at you, and the metal tears into your cloak and the like, and so you take 2 spark damage, but then she's overwhelmed by the imagery and your actual physical attacks. You bring these crazy nightmares out of her subconscious, and she falls back. So Fist.
So let me.
Yeah.
Can I just say, so when I'm going through there, she does the claw thing, and then I look at her and I smile, and I have this like gnarly smile, like as she like clawed like my shoulder or something like that, and then I just like leap onto her and I just start like ripping her apart and biting her, and I'm like just like vicious, like just.
Wow. Yeah. I think yes. There's the blood, and there's a little bit of Comics Code authority, and then we kind of go away from that. She's screaming, and Fist, you see this? Shifter and Skipper, basically Hap, are both here, and they're going to try to pull Cowl off of their ally. What do you do?
Wait, sorry. Who? I thought there was Jimmy.
There's Jimmy. There's Hap Holiday, aka Time Skipper. and
Okay.
Eon Tempest. Right now, Cowl jumped onto Eon Tempest, who's their
Okay.
gadgeteer. She
Okay.
stepped in to try to defend Time Skipper and took the brunt of the blow and is getting wailed on right now.
Interesting. I think I'm actually gonna go after Jimmy
Okay.
wherever
Okay.
instead.
All right. So Jimmy Wherever, aka Shifter. I'm sorry. I think I was alternatively using their like name and then their hero name, and that probably made things a little confusing. I apologize for that. So I will say Jimmy Wherever instead of Shifter.
Okay.
And then Eon Tempest and then Time Skipper. Those are the three foes that you're currently facing. Although Eon Tempest is basically hosed right now. So
Okay.
Jimmy Wherever is he was no slouch either. He, as you can see, he has the maple leaf. I think he competed in the Canadian Olympics. Unfortunately, because he's time shifted, it was like curling in the 50s. But still, he's an athlete.
Curling even now doesn't require you to be physically fit. But all right.
He's an Olympic level athlete, damn it.
Clearly, you haven't watched curling on the Olympics.
He's gonna curl your ass.
That's it. He's pulling out his broom.
Yeah, I mean, if he's also holding a beer in his other hand, then I would believe it.
No, the broom is being held by both hands for maximum grippage.
Great. Okay. I mean, there's something about this whole situation where I feel like, no, I should. He's the leader. I'll get the leader.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
So defeating Jimmy Wherever, tomorrow's man and yesterday's hero, is also remarkable. His curling abilities are amazing.
All right. Sure.
Okay.
I'm still. That doesn't. Copy that.
Okay. I'm just saying that he's remarkably difficult to defeat, and we should build your pool as he comes at you with his sweep of time. His broom.
Yeah. Thing. I think I duck and then I just like uppercut.
All right, let's build your Hadouken here. You're definitely being the brick. You're being super. Look at you, up to your normal. I'm so proud of you.
I know, and for not.
I mean, because I had a chance to talk to them. Cool. So 1 + 3 + 6 is 10. 9 is 9. 10 is 10. I'm just doing math wrongly.
Okay.
So you start with 10, and your difficulty is a 4. Tension is an effect, because you could be swept aside.
Yeah, I'm not going to add any spark, because I'll need it for the fallout.
Yeah, you probably will.
Yeah, okay. 10. I'm going to clear all these. One, two, three, four, five, six. Six successes and 1 1.
Okay. So what does it look like when you cold cock him?
7 successes.
Is it? Oh, okay. Well, I don't feel like that makes a huge difference. What does that look like? Oh, right. It's not the above 3 thing. It's the even number.
Yeah, that's it. It's evens. Because you've got to beat the odds. See how helpful it is for remembering?
That's true. I forgot. Let's say that he flies into the air and then like with my punch and then like bounces on the ground when he falls.
Nice. I think you snap his broom of time.
No, I would never do that.
But he tried to block. He trying to
But-
block your fist,
But
right?
that's the worst thing you can do to an athlete.
Right? You destroyed his instrument of sport.
I can't do that to a fellow Canadian.
But you got hit by a splinter. That's how you took your 1 spark of damage. It's like when you snap that broom, you got some like time splinters in your
A magical
fist.
splinter. Got it.
Yep.
Yeah, it went in my thumb. The worst.
Nice. He like falls down. Oh, boom! Slams onto the curb, and I think that he actually skids past the area where the phone booth was, and it's nothing. And then it's a phone booth after he slams into the wall behind, and you have soundly defeated him. I think what happens now is Time Skipper realizes that they are outnumbered and wish to run away. So Time Skipper's headed towards the car, and they dive in Duke's Hazzard style to try to drive away Chiron.
I'm trying to like do the like arrows in front of their feet and like arrows in front of their hand. Try and stop them, get them standing in place before they get in the car.
Awesome. And what you notice is that Time Skipper is actually kind of blinking through, which means that this is going to be incredibly difficult to stop them from reaching their time yacht. I'm saying the difficulty is incredible.
Wow. Sounds difficult. So
It is a difficult
5. Wow. Okay. Yeah, and while she's doing it, I'm yelling like, just stop and stand there. You don't seem very super villainish. This is really a lot different than I expected things to be. Okay, fine. I think this is probably supering.
Fair. I don't see this as being a leader, but you do have your tools, and you're tooling it up.
True.
I would like to help.
Nice.
Thank you.
The cowl could help, but then he would pass out.
Yeah, that would be a bad idea.
I would want to help, but I'm not going to.
I appreciate that.
Don't do it.
And then I can add my own spark as well.
Mm-hmm. As much as you want. You can spend as many spark as you wish.
I'm gonna spend 3.
In terms of what the help looks like, I've taken my second power finally,
Oh!
and it is that I have control over mud, and I would like, I don't know, for the ground beneath the car to just turn into mush so that it starts sinking in, which maybe does not matter if you're not technically driving away.
I love it though.
But
It's cool. I dig it.
it's a visual.
All right.
At the very least, it's going to make them harder for them to get to the car because they're like all suddenly trudging through mud.
Mm-hmm.
And also they'll look not cool.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 2 ones.
All right. So we see mud form in the asphalt underneath the time yacht, which currently looks like a pretty dope purple caddy. And it starts to sink. And you fire off a volley of arrows. What is it that you do to stop the Time Skipper? And yeah, if you have an idea for how you take this 2 spark of damage, awesome. Otherwise, I will make a suggestion.
I think maybe Time Skipper, they get like they're sinking with the car, and I actually like run in and have to pull them out of this weird like quicksand morass that's coming up.
Nice. Cool. I like that. I like that a lot. So they are freaking out, and you have to pull them from the mud.
Yeah, there's a lot of, like, stop waving. Just, no, I'm helping you. We're not fighting at the moment. No, I'm saving you. That's what we're doing.
Mind control was not in your power suite.
This is an unexpected turn, trust me.
It's probably a temporal paradox.
Sasha, help!
Yeah, that's Sasha.
I feel like Sasha is suddenly like, this is Sasha's first time realizing that he has this power, and he's like, I can't, and he's sinking as well a little, maybe.
Okay, Sasha, you stay there. Just stop struggling. I'll come save you too. There's a lot of like pulling and yelling, and then I think everyone just laying and panting on the asphalt.
Yeah, I think Time Skipper screams a little bit like Ruby Rudge from Fifth Element.
That hurts! Oh my god! Do you have a sonic attack? My ears! Oh! Ow!
I did it one time. It's another time joke.
Okay, look, let's just... Everybody, that went way different than I expected it to. I'm not gonna lie. That is not what I thought we were getting into. But just stop moving, or else we'll mud you or something and talk!
And then I think Time Skipper goes, "We weren't talking!"
I growl at her, or at Time Skipper.
So, Eon, you didn't kill Eon, did you? The cowl, the woman that you'd attacked and ripped and rended there, how bad off is Eon?
I think there's a chunk of flesh like missing, like where I bit a piece of flesh like off their shoulder. They're like
really terrible.
Yeah. And whoever said that, I spit the flesh at them.
That would be Time Skipper, and then I think Time Skipper will be all.
No, you're not making this worse. Oh god. Oh.
I would like to finally wade out of the bit of mud that I created myself, and then go and try to help Karen up.
All right, cool. And you guys are both really muddy. Jimmy, wherever tomorrow's man and yesterday's hero, is completely out cold. Time Skipper is defeated. They are not going to try to run away anymore, but they're very worried about their time yacht. Can I the thing where their eyes are super watery because they just threw up, Can I miniaturize it, please?
No pressing anything. If you give satisfactory answers, we'll let you call a tow truck or an excavator. I'm not sure.
Wait, was it in character or out of character knowledge that they are using the paradox created by destroying?
Yeah, they used to fuel the time yacht that allows them to traverse the time stream.
I say let them shrink their car.
Let them what? Sorry, I can't really. I'll turn up the volume.
Sorry. Let them shrink their car.
Shrink. And I think I just stand there looking confused.
Fine. Hit the button. If you disappear, we're keeping your friends.
I'll go pick up Jimmy and heft him on my shoulder.
Cool, you pick him up. Mom, I don't want to go to school. You throw him over your shoulder, and then Time Skipper pulls out. It's totally got to be a TiVo remote from like the 90s, and pops a button. You hear the little TiVo remote sound effect. Although that's normally made by the TV, not the actual remote, but this remote makes that noise, and then it doesn't shrink like Ant-Man shrink, it more like folds a few times in weird kind of quadratic angles, and then snaps down. And they say, "Can I?"
I
and
go and I pick. I go and I pick it up. Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, so you
He's
pick it
going to
up.
hold on to that. He might smash it or eat it. You don't know what he's going to do. He's crazy.
And I go and I take the remote too.
Okay, that's fine because Time Skipper is headed over to Eon, and it's like, we need to get her to a hospital. I can't believe you ate her, dude.
I'm
The
hungry.
hell, you should put a leash on him.
I told you that. Look, okay, this is. You guys are the worst rivals.
I'll go, and I guess I'll go pick her up too, and then I'll heft her on my other shoulder, and then I'll start walking towards the nearest hospital.
Just walk to the nearest hospital. Awesome. It sounds good. Like mud. Every footstep that you take leave behind trails of mud.
And blood, apparently.
Yeah, she's like dripping over your shoulder. This is pretty terrible. I imagine Time Skipper's like, can we get a car or call an ambulance or Uber them to the hospital? God, you guys are the worst heroes.
What? No, I do not have words for you. I don't have time for you. Get your friend bandaged or something. Just talk.
So you go around killing people to fuel your car? Is that your memo?
We don't actively kill them.
Yeah, but they're dead, right?
Well, they cease to exist. So
Yeah, so
there's no pain.
if I kill you, you cease to exist, right? Just double checking.
I'll
You
kill
to
him.
kill me?
I'm just saying it's the same thing, right? If my friend over there continues eating your friend on my shoulder, that means she ceases to exist, right? So it's kind of like the same thing, right?
We have very large issues we are dealing with in the time stream. It is the question of the lives of thousands for the lives of those who won't be missed.
Look, if this is that question with that train and the diverting to kill one person versus the 5 people on that train, I've been in that class. I don't want to argue with you, but if you keep doing this, I may have to kill you. Oh, sorry, make you cease to exist.
I would rather that not happen.
Agreed.
Keep saying no one will miss them. Obviously, we miss them.
No one will miss you. Ain't nobody know you.
These people are my people.
We made a mistake. We'll go somewhere else.
No, you won't.
So we cut away from you guys because I think maybe Time Skipper calls an Uber because like I think Time Skipper's following you as you walk towards a hospital. Like that seems that was cool and I like the moment, but I also think practicality, like some other options will avail themselves or be, and we'll skip past that. We'll just say they've gone to the hospital unless you guys want to specifically do something. But we'll jump back to Wendell.
Wait, can one of us have texted Wendell the hospital we're going to?
Why don't we jump to the hospital?
Sure.
All right, so you guys are.
I'm not going to go to the hospital.
Aw.
I'm going to go to the bar because I have the car and the beeper thing. I'm going to go to the bar and I'm going to go do spark stuff at the bar, take care of people or whatever.
That is a good idea. All right. So I think that it has to be State Hospital, right? But spelled STAIGHT. Right. So we pick up a state hospital. So we've got 2 split scenes. We have so we have an attempt to. I really like to get the cowl back up. So to refresh, to restore spark, there are 3 ways to do it. One of them is to do charity work. I can easily see you doing that at the hard hold. To do charity work, you'd be rolling normal plus heart. It gets a difficulty of 2. Patrolling the neighborhood is also another way to do this. That is super plus heart. And then the third way is bonding scenes, which is with another superpower being or player character, but we would need to, like, we can flashback, or we can figure out a way to facilitate that bonding scene if that's what you'd rather do. So for the cowl, what were you thinking about for your refresh?
So, what time of the day? It's morning, right?
Yeah, because it was breakfast. All this happened over breakfast.
Yeah. So I would imagine I'm so being the cowl is his natural state, not the human Pep, right? Like that's his demonic form. That's his normal state. So I know of a few places where I can go to, where there's usually trouble. I know, like uh, some drug dealers that are I know the areas. So I'm gonna do the prowling. I'm actually gonna go and prowl and like kind of.
Cool. I dig it. Awesome. So let's go ahead and have you roll super plus heart.
So 5.
Yep. And since it's super, if you want to roll in with a power, tell me how you're using that power for your patrolling, then you can.
Yeah, I'm in demonic form, so it's morning, so I'm actually just like clinging to like high up on walls, and I'm like just like skirting like along walls and that kind of stuff. So
Sweet. I love it.
yeah. So how do I add that in? That
You just add in 2 for your power. So you would be rolling 3 plus your heart, which is 2. So 5 plus 2, so
4. So I got 4 successes.
All right. That is fantastic. So with 4 successes, you regain a spark, and then an extra of 2, so you regain 3 spark for that patrol. You're up to a 4 spark. Good work.
Yeah.
So we cut to State Hospital, and Time Skipper is there with the 3 of you, and Sugar Glider. You've just arrived, and Time Skipper, when they see you, I'm not sure if you've seen the picture of Time Skipper, but
I can look again.
okay, cool. They're relatively thin, androgynous, a little effeminate in their speech patterns, a little histrionic, and they say, "Oh, you have Sugar Glider on your team? Why didn't you tell me that?" And they come up and they put their hands on your shoulders. They're like almost 6 feet tall. And so they put their hands way down on your shoulders because you're 5'3". It is an honor to meet you, Sugar Glider.
So Glider takes us in and goes, "You must be from the future."
I am. I'm the Time Skipper.
I think I've read this comic, and it is an honor to be in this comic. It's great to meet you. Hey, Chiron. This Time Skipper's from the future. That's super cool. It's nice to meet you. Did you guys have like a team up and fight the purple cloud?
Sugar
Time
Glider.
Skipper slides around to put their arm around Sugar Glider, standing like looming over him.
Yeah,
Hey.
we beat up his friends. Their friends.
Wait, why?
Win, I need you to
Because they're going around killing people.
look at me, Win. This is the leader of the Quantum Syndicate with their arm around your shoulders.
That's not cool. No, I don't want any future person that goes around killing people. You're the villain. Villains don't get to... I was going to take a selfie with you, and now that's out. Look. Why are you killing people?
First of all, I'm second command. Shifter's the Jimmy wherever, tomorrow's man and yesterday's hero is technically our leader.
And I
So
have
why are you the
Jimmy
skipper?
wherever down onto like one of those.
I think Jimmy is basically like we'll imagine you guys are in like a waiting room if you were waiting around and you've got Time Skipper with you. Is that cool? Like you brought him into the ER and you're kind of in the waiting room area. Is that fair? Does that feel like where you Okay. Yeah. So he says, yeah, Jimmy, wherever is technically our leader, and technically I'm only second in command. I'm more like the time skipper, like in a boat, the time yacht. I'm the skipper. See, like
Oh, all right.
there's a whole
No.
theming.
No, don't give them that. You drive
No.
a car. That's a bad metaphor.
It is only a car here, but once we enter the time stream, a yacht in water. See, it's all themed.
Yeah,
It's really tortured.
a yacht that needs you to kill people.
It is a harsh mistress. I won't lie.
Harsh to not you, but everyone else that you're killing, right?
Is it possessed like the car in Carrie?
Why don't you die? I don't understand.
Well, someone needs to be the skipper, and I'm the most qualified. Aeon brought me on board, so as to speak, and she created the time yacht, and there's a differential engine that can only be fueled by basically quantum possibility, and the most dynamic source of energy is the potentiality of a human existence. It is not great.
Look, man. Are you trying to be heroes or are you trying to run some kind of capitalist machine?
Oh man.
I learned about this in the community college that I went to. It's Economics 101.
I'd be very careful. Sasha does not like the capitalist machine, so consider your answer very carefully.
I'll go with heroes.
So, what's wrong with using possibilities that don't involve wiping away an existence of a person? Yeah, it's less efficient, but it also doesn't kill nobody.
Well,
Just
I'm
think about
only
that
the
while I wheel your
skipper.
boss to the nurse.
I'm so confused right now.
I don't really get it either. I think Pop was trying to explain it to me, but he's not really good at sending words when he sends pictures to your mind.
Yeah, no,
Like
he did that.
nightmares,
It-
Yeah.
It's not. I don't like it very much. So you sacrifice people to your shape-shifting time boat to travel around. Time boat. So it's like a TARDIS with a working chameleon engine.
Yes.
All right.
Thank you. He gets it.
That's not hard to
Put their
understand.
arm
Although
around you again, like you get it, leaning down.
I mean, I don't know why you I just don't see why you would use human potentiality, because there's a greater chance of that being missed than, like, I don't know, like a Schrodinger's engine. I read about that. So, like, uncertainty is more valuable, I would presume, in a quantum state than certainty.
I turned to look at Karen because I did not study this in community college.
Skipper gets like super excited at this.
Wait. When we are not letting them run their car on cats.
Well, I mean, there may not be a cat. That's the whole point.
Well, but then how does it work as an engine if there's not a cat?
Well, because the whole thing that they're doing is if you stop the potentiality, right? So they've harnessed that and they've put that into one place, then it's only got one outcome, which is cessation of life and the inability to enact change. Whereas if you have uncertainty, a constant rolling,
What about chickens? Nobody likes chickens.
I like chickens.
I like chicken.
Fried, grilled, yeah. No,
Well, I
it's
like chicken.
But who would wonder about a chicken?
I guess
She
you'd
would.
have to really love that chicken. Look, but why? Like, time travel, I mean, coming back to meet me, I can understand. Like, I can understand it. But
Well,
that clearly wasn't your goal.
I would love to explain to them, but then unfortunately it hasn't happened yet. But suffice to say, I'm very excited to get to meet you finally.
I don't know how I feel about that. Karen?
You still haven't explained anything.
Wendell, you get famous in the future?
Okay, so I don't do it for the fame, okay? Like, I do it to help people.
I'll
No,
take
man,
a,
we're all in
Ideally,
it for the people.
I'm gonna take
yeah.
a tissue out of my pocket and I'm gonna like shove it against your nose for a bit. I'm just gonna keep this.
So weird.
Okay,
Wait, you want to sign it or something?
no.
And I take your hand and I take a pen out of my pocket. You want to sign it or something?
Yes. So Wendell signs it, but he's like, I still.
You should sign it as Sugar Glider. It's worth much more.
Oh yeah. Sign the other side.
Scroll sugar glider. But
Wait, did we just find out that Sugar Glider's left-handed? Because that's
Jason is, so I guess
perfect.
so.
I love it.
Oh man, this has gotten way wackier than I intended, and I'm playing Sugar Glider. So what do we do with time traveling murderers? Like, what system do we put them in? And I'm still unclear on motivation. Is it just for kicks?
They said we're gonna be trapped in the 50s.
Well, the Golden Age was a different time, but I'm not sure that the Cal's gritty Bronze Age mystique is really going to work there.
And I don't know, as far as we can tell, joyriding through time, that's worth killing a whole bunch of people?
Oh. Can I talk now?
Yes?
Great. We travel along the time stream because occasionally there are eddies and rocks in the way. Those are paradoxes. We fix them so that things will flow properly. Aeon developed the engine and she's currently suffering from a major shoulder wound caused by the cowl. I'm rather sure that Sugar Glider might be able to help us find a different way to fuel the engine based off of the theory he just posited. I, however, am merely the skipper. Didn't design the ship. I'm just really the best to sail it. We
And if you don't,
apologize for being caught because to this point, no one has ever missed anyone that we unfortunately needed to utilize to fuel the engine, but it was the only way to fuel the engine, which would allow us to travel the time stream
Wow.
and have control.
Just, wow, you are the absolute worst. That was barely an explanation. That definitely wasn't an apology. And look at me, you're not considering this job offer. We're not working on murderers' time caddies.
well, how else do we not end up in the 50s?
So what are these paradoxes?
There are other time travelers who go back to try to kill Hitler. There are some who go back to try to win gobs of money. We stop all of that.
Kill them too? Oh, wait. You erase their existence too?
It varies. We really do need the Hydra Spanner, which you took from us.
So I got a question for you. If there's variations happening in this time stream, how do you say which is the right one and which is not?
You are not only cute, you're actually rather smart, just poorly educated. We have the book.
The book.
The book of incontrovertible truth.
Oh, God. So who wrote this book?
So are you religious or something?
isn't everyone religious in one way or another? So
No,
maybe we
actually,
need
a
to
lot
know.
of people aren't. We're living in a time that's really moving towards a more sort of agnostic, atheistic viewpoint towards the universe. Maybe a more like accepting of a humanistic point of view.
Sure, sure. But on an individual level, those people who perpetrate, who purport to be agnostic or atheistic, do have other religions, such as the religion of science, or the religion of money, or popularity, or number of likes that they have on their Facebook page. That is their religion. There are things that we believe beyond fact because it makes us feel good, and there are
Right.
things
So
that are
that's how you feel
true.
about this book, right? I'm
Yes.
getting so you believe in it because it makes you feel good that there's one kind of right timeline. But that don't mean it's an
I
actual
don't
thing.
travel the time stream just for jollies. Yes, it can be fun. It is a yacht. We have a hot tub.
So you're time traveling religious Jehovah's Witness door to door douchebags? What is happening?
Wendell, did they just call me stupid?
No, they called you uneducated. But I'm guessing that not very many of them speak Russian. And there is something to be said for the sweet science of boxing, which even with your preternatural abilities, I think that you have an advanced understanding of. And please don't start fighting in a hospital,
I thought you were just
because
telling
that
me
would
to
be,
do it because you said that's a science.
it just because it's a science doesn't mean you have to do it. That's
You
how
were
you end up
really
with people
talking it
disappearing
up.
from time streams.
It's
Yeah.
sort of like one of those wink, wink, nudge, nudge things.
Can we go back to the hot tub?
One of the nurses comes up and says, "So both of the patients are checked in and they're stabilized. Perhaps the four of you could take this outside. You're getting a little heated, and some of the other people who are here in the waiting room are becoming a little concerned about the possibility of a fight between costumed people."
Oh, sorry, ma'am. And I take off my ski mask.
That doesn't exactly help. Could you guys all take this outside?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Fear not, citizen, for we will take this outside.
You're right, we're going to take this outside.
Time Skipper walks out with you. Sugar, if perhaps the Schrodinger's engine could be employed, we could fix Eon's shoulder without this long hospital stay by just pulling back the earlier Eon that was healthier. What do you think?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think that's a good way to create paradoxes. Like if you go around doing that, you'll probably double the amount of work you have to do.
Oh, well, I mean, Jimmy is from another alternate time stream. He's constantly being attacked by other time streamers, but they don't have the book. They don't understand that's the way it was supposed to be.
Yeah, words and nonsense and stupid. I'm sorry. I keep this bag. I keep everything in here. I have multiple jobs running at one time. It's really unorganized. It's so hard to find. It'll just take me. Here it is. Sasha, if you could just go ahead and tear this into little bits, and I'm gonna hand him
the time spanner.
All right, I take it and I crush it, I guess.
What?
Sugar Glider, you would be able to act faster than Time Skipper. Do you stop this from taking place?
I think I do. I go no.
Yeah, okay. What are you doing to what are PvP rules in this game?
There are PvP rules. There are absolutely PvP rules. Let me consult the Book of Incontrovertible Truth, which is my soon-to-be published Hit the Streets RPG.
So many subtitles.
Yeah, because Sugar Glider has a lot of spark to spend on this.
Yeah, this
Sugar
could
Glider
be
is
bad
also,
for you.
even though he's tiny and chubby, he's pretty fast, actually.
Oh, right.
He's a spry little guy.
Though he may be tiny, he is fierce. Sometimes SPBs Sometimes SBBs don't get along and might get into a tussle over something. In that case, each player builds up their dice pool, rolls and compares. Whoever rolled the most POWs succeeds in the conflict and says what happens, with the GM having the power to suggest or shape the result a little if things get a little gonzo. Nobody's punching a hole in the moon in this game. In the case of a tie, the GM says what happens, and it might be terrible. If no POWs are rolled on either side, the GM says what happens, and it will be terrible.
Fair enough.
So you want to fight me for this time chopstick?
I don't want to, but I will because it's the right thing to do.
Time chopstick.
I'm quickly, in case, because I have a feeling that not everybody here knows what a TVO remote looks like.
I don't.
It's only $7 on eBay right now. But,
Great. This session also sponsored by TiVo. Okay, so I'm using my team. I'm just gonna verbally process it. So I'm using the brick, right?
yeah,
I'm trying to
bricking it up.
crush this stick. Is this normal or super?
Depends on how hard you want to hit me.
I'm not hitting you. I'm just okay, so my goal in this PvP sitch is to crush the stick before you can get to it.
It's a remote. It's not actually a stick, but yeah, it's good. Okay, so I think if you are, so let's figure out that mode. Normal is something that everyday folks could do. Crushing a remote is probably pretty normal. But if you think that you're trying to do it super fast and not hurt Sugar Glider, I could see it being super.
All right, I'll go
Seems
with
like
the ladder then.
All right, and it's strength related, so that would be hands.
Okay.
Do you want to spend any of your 3 spark on this?
6. Is there tension in play?
There is not tension in play.
Okay.
I'll spend a spark to help you.
How many sparks do you? No, don't. I don't want your spark. Take it back.
I'm setting all this up. This is my cunning plan. Negotiating something.
Let me ask a question. Do you guys think that in a PvP situation, like the 2 players have to agree about tension being involved or not involved? Because I'd never thought of that question. I haven't had a whole lot of PvP.
I think it would matter.
I think it does matter.
Yeah.
But what do you guys think feels better? Because I may be editing in the document right now. Is it both players must agree that tension is not in effect?
I don't know. It feels like a conversation that the GM probably decides in the end. Like they should talk about it, but...
Well, the 2 players are going head up against each other. I'd
Yeah.
like for them to have a significant
Then yeah,
part
just
of the conversation.
make the players agree.
Yeah, I think it should be a conversation between the players, with the GM making the final call.
All right, that sounds good.
Right.
So
I'm
what do you
basically
guys
repeating
think?
what Jason just said.
Well, yeah, but you said it differently, and so I'm going to listen to you.
It's all good. I'll throw together Sugar Glider's pool before you roll, and that way I roll it one way or the other. So Sugar Glider is basically trying to take it and then curdle himself around it. Like take it real fast and then go, no!
I feel like Sugar Glider, this is the origin story of Sugar Glider becoming the ultimate villain.
Maybe. I got spark to spare, so I will spend a spark. So to me that would be normal.
I think you should spark it up.
Yeah. I'm not going to spend more than that because I know I'm going to need more later. So normal 3 plus feet of 2 would be 5 plus 1 spark is 6. I don't really feel like I'm acting like the heart in this particular case because 2 of my teammates are doing the other thing.
So, Kyron, did you spend 1 or no?
Yeah, I mean, I think I would.
You're at 2 right now, right? I'm just...
After spending.
Oh, okay. All right. So that means I got 11 to roll with, so I think I'll just.
Criminy.
Well, I guess I'll spend one too. Why not?
I think Sugar Glider's origin story is that everyone else on his team is dead from lack of spark.
Yeah, everyone
that-
just gives up on life. Did you roll
They
yet,
just-
or?
No, I was waiting for you.
Oh, should I roll first? I can roll first.
Doesn't matter. You have
okay.
way more dice than I do.
All right, I'll roll. What? Okay, it's evens, right?
Yes, you're trying to beat the odds.
Okay, so I have 9 successes.
She has the most even loaded 11 dice ever.
It looks so weird. Like, it's not random.
No, if you look at your roll for your party, you will see probably the sort dice checkbox is checked on your interface. Is it not?
No, it's not.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. That's what it's doing, is sorting from left to right.
Well,
Well,
anyway.
I guess I'll roll it anyway, but there's not much point to it.
You can spend more spark.
Yeah, you have so
No.
much spark.
I'm not going to spend enough spark to do that.
Spend half of your spark right now to steal this TiVo remote from me.
There you go. I got 1 success and 2 ones.
Jeez. But we did agree tension was
Not
in
in
effect?
play.
Okay, not
No.
in effect. All right, cool. All
Okay,
right.
so I would like this to be a slow-mo scene of Sugar Glider being no or making a dive, and then a close-up shot of the fist hand, just that crunch sound, and like sparks and or magic pieces flying everywhere.
So, Sugar Glider is just like, why didn't you read the comics?
Wendell, I'm a superhero. I'm not a comic reader.
No, but look, you trapped the time travelers here, right?
Yeah, so they can't keep going around, maybe killing people
Right,
if
they
they
can't
feel
keep
like
going
this.
around, so they're a living paradox. They just said that when you create paradox, it draws other things, so we get more. We don't get less, we get more.
Yes, we should
'Cause
take
now
them
they're
all
trapped.
here so we can trap them so they can stop going around killing people, believing that they're
There's
right.
an infinite number of timelines.
Time Skipper says, I can't. And of course, they did the Ruby Rod scream when you crushed the remote. They crumple to the ground on their knees. They throw their head in their hands and they weep.
That feels better. I feel better about things now.
Yeah.
That was a really weird choice.
We broke.
You remember earlier, and I was saying about potentials and how when you take a thing and you destroy it, you reduce those potentials to effectively nil.
I feel like you babbled some of those words at some point recently.
Wendell, look at me. Look at me.
Mm-hmm.
What is time?
Time
is not linear.
No.
And then I clap you on the shoulder.
But it's...
Want to go for drinks?
Okay. Sure. Are we taking Time Skipper?
Yeah, come on.
No, I'll stay here with my friends. I mean, it's not like we can do anything anymore.
Yeah, no, that's not happening. Why don't you get up off the parking lot and come have a drink with us?
I'm very cross.
We could still crush your car, so, there's that.
It's tiny, and it will never get big again. It might as well be a Hot Wheel.
Why? We don't have to keep threatening violence. we can work this out. Let's
I
you
look
know
at you
what?
puzzled.
No. It'll be good. Let's go to the bar and we'll drink and we'll talk about things and you can tell us what the future's out. Maybe leave out the murdering people. And then tell us what horrible future is currently awaiting us so that we can circumvent it because we're heroes who would do things like that. Like save the world, I guess.
No, just
Or at the very least, our neighborhood.
No, but look.
all of
If you're
my
trapped
money is
here,
in the tiny car. I can't even afford an alcohol.
I
What's the
can.
difference?
No, I'll get you a Zima. It'll be good. And you know, if you ever needed a drink, now is the time.
I do like Zimas.
Oh,
See?
that just proves you're evil.
No, they just have a really long shelf life.
So Zima is a wine cooler. It's
They
just
were really
different.
hip in the 90s.
They're really hip
It
in
looks
the 90s.
like clear Pepsi and tastes like a melted Jelly Rancher.
With like
Both of those statements are
with like
true.
caffeine and lots of sugar in it.
Mm-hmm. I think we've reached the staple, and we will pick up at the hard hold after our break. Let's go ahead and take. It's a late break, so let's take 10. We'll see you guys at back at 4 minutes until the hour. See you soon.
Howdy.
How's it going?
All right. That genuinely went more wacky and gonzo than I was expecting.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. I mean, the game
Yeah,
is flexible in that way. So I mean,
yeah, no, and that's a good thing. But just surprise for me, anyway.
yeah. So if we're gonna open up on the hard hold, I don't know how the game can facilitate this, and maybe it can't. But I want like the Cadillac parts of it are on my wall, like as ornaments. So like there's like a door and a hood. Like I tore it apart. I opened it up and I tore it apart. That's the time machine.
Their time car? Well,
Yeah.
but it shrunk, wasn't it?
Yeah, but I took the clicker. They handed me the clicker in the car.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. I don't know if you heard that.
No, I did. I forgot that you had.
No, Rich
Yeah.
just popped up. I don't know if you just heard that.
So there's a clicker which they aimed at Malik. Then there's the remote, which was used to the TiVo remote, which was used to shrink the caddy.
Right.
Yeah.
The TiVo remote's now destroyed.
No.
No. I had the TiVo. I had the TiVo remote.
I had the hydro spanner.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I had the car shrinker and the car.
Yeah, I was giving them the thing that we beat up from them yesterday. That's what I had.
Wow. I'm okay. Well, we definitely had a miscommunication.
Oh, that's why. Yeah, because I was like that chopstick thing, right? Which is the
And that's why I kept
screwdriver.
saying it's a TiVo remote. It's a TiVo remote, and I showed you a picture of the TiVo remote because I said when.
But that was back when we were still with the car. That wasn't like at the hospital or any time during the hospital. That was earlier.
It's totally fine. We can roll with it. My recollection of the time of events was that you did not have the hydro spanner with you. You had the size changing TiVo remote, which is why time shift or time skipper was so distraught that you can't fix my. It'll be miniature forever. That's why their reaction was that.
Gotcha.
It's
Yeah.
fine. We'll catch it in post, and the editors will take care of it. Let's just keep making this comic. It's fine. It's fine. This is Gauntlet Comics Publishing 101. Just keep going. Fix it in post. The editors will take care of it. So then Time Skipper is probably a little less distraught because they really love their boat, their yacht. So we pick up at the hard hold.
So that's what I was saying before you got on there. If it's possible, I don't know if it's possible. I expanded the car and tore it apart, and I'm now using parts of the car as ornamentation in the hard hold. So like there's a door hanging somewhere, there's a hood, a front hood hanging somewhere, and there's like a clock on the hood.
You have a tools of one. Are you sure that you want to have done that?
I just ripped it apart. I mean, I wasn't trying to be nice. Yeah.
I'm cool if you have a fender and a slightly disassembled car. Just that much time hasn't passed. Like, it just seems weird. But
well, how much time has passed? So
it's fine.
It's the same day.
Yeah, it's the same day. It's been a few hours. Like you guys went to the hospital in the morning. I would imagine sometime in the afternoon.
That's fine. I know from personal experience with a grinder, you can do a lot real fast. But
it's fine. It's really not. I mean,
I don't have I have a tools of one, so maybe I don't even,
It's quite all right. We will show pictures of the caddy / time yacht on the wall of the hard hold. And yeah, I think Time Skipper is there, and they are going to be drinking a lot of Zima if there is Zima offered, because it takes a lot of Zima to get drunk. In fact, you're more likely to get bloated and feel sickish from so many Zima before you actually get drunk.
And we don't serve Zima at the bar.
I feel like I'm learning a lot today.
From the 80s or 90s. Yep. What was this? Late 80s, early 90s.
Yeah. You don't serve it, but I have the house above you, so I actually have to go because I don't actually drink most of what you do serve.
Right. Yeah, they're stuck here now because I destroyed their boat. So yeah, I'm giving them free shots.
Okay. Alrighty. So Time Skipper is there, and you guys are saddled up to the bar. Do you have a table or a booth? What are you imagining?
A booth, probably.
So who's seated beside Time Skipper? They would try to sit beside Sugar Glider.
It's probably Sugar Glider then.
All right. I think I'm gonna text Sugar Glider because what I'm typing, what I'm texting is, so do you want me to wing you today or not?
That is a good question. To which Sugar Glider goes, I don't know what that means.
I thought you wanted to talk to Karen.
Oh. Yes?
I stand up and I say to Time Skipper, hey, come with me.
Why?
Just come with me.
Okay.
Yep, and we go sit like a couple booths down, and I'm like, sit. And then I sit down and I don't say anything.
So I think that given where the situation, Sugar Glider's still wearing his Sugar Glider outfit, which is it's important.
I think Karen has managed to wipe most of the mud off of her face and hands.
So, you look nice. So hey, so I saw so you know that person who makes the gadgets for you?
What Tink? Yeah.
Yeah. So Tink's son was at the Comic Con and said that people were following him. Now there were some toughs there that I dissuaded because people are getting to know Sugar Glider. But I don't know if there'll be something more because that's pretty classic supervillain, right? To threaten your contacts and friends and stuff. So I was thinking that you and me could patrol and keep an eye out. I could be like your eye in the sky, and you'd be down on the ground, and that would be cool if we could do that together. Us would be a thing
at the con. I mean, would we really?
No. The con's got passable.
I come in and I bring 2 drinks, like real hard liquor drinks, and I grab the Zima bottles and I leave.
Oh, thank God. Drink half of it.
Yeah. Thank 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 God. Sip. But so Sang seemed concerned but didn't want Tink to know. So we would have to be covert ops, which I could learn a lot from you about, I think. And yeah.
I'm
Okay.
gonna. Okay, I'm gonna text you. I think I've been checking my time. I mean, I've been checking. Do I wear a watch? I don't wear a watch. I've been checking my phone, and then I also flag. Pap, I flag you down when I see you carrying away the Zima to just like bring them over to this table, and then I shove them over to Time Skipper. I'll text you. Um, t- uh, t- talk about her eyes. Compliments.
Your eyes.
What? Oh,
I mean,
is there still mud?
no. I
Did I
mean,
get it all?
you must have
So it's this side?
your eyesight must be so good to shoot the way you do. Did you get them enhanced through some super secret process, or like a chemical drug that was given to you by
My
shut up.
my mom always had good eyesight. I
Oh,
guess it's just genetic.
your mom's a hero too?
What? No. Oh, what? No, she's just. I mean, she's just rich.
Does she like? Is she like a billionaire playboy during the day and like secretly a hero?
Okay, she's a woman, and no.
It's just that. I mean, she might be, and you wouldn't know, though, right?
What? Do you know something?
No,
Are you trying to tell me something about my
haven't.
mom?
I haven't met your mom yet. That I not that I ever will, or that you.
Did Song talk to you
So
about my mom?
no, Song didn't talk about. Song only talked about their mom and mild concerns, and they wanted it kept on the down low, and they wanted some Pokemon. So I told them where those would be.
Okay,
At
another
the
text. Ask if she did something with her hair. And then next text. Don't matter what she says. Next text. Tell her it looks good.
Did you do something with your hair?
Oh, I've tried to get some of this out. I think there's still sticks stuck in it.
It looks good.
What?
What? Look. Okay. Song's tomorrow's missions, I guess. For now, I don't want to live in the 50s. Do you think that's really going to happen?
Well, no, that's. I mean, probably not. They're very weird, and I think Pap ate pieces of their car. I'm pretty sure some of those are tooth marks.
Oh. Huh. That's no way to treat a classic caddy.
Look. I think. God, I don't even know what to think. There were people from the future, and Song was talking to you about, and what we're gonna go on patrol, and I'm just very. I feel like there's mud everywhere, and it's still wet most of it.
And that's when you hear a woman's voice that, Karen, you know, unfortunately. Oh, I see. Here is where you are. And you see that it is Miss Hernandez, who is standing at the end of your little booth. Your customer that you've been blowing off for a
Yes.
few weeks as you do other things. She
Oh.
says,
Hi.
well, I've stopped payment on the advance.
What? No. There's no reason. I told you everything's coming along. It's just I don't have my paperwork with me. Obviously, here It's been a day. She says, looking down and up at her money form and Mrs. Hernandez.
You've been frolicking with Squirrel Boy here, rather than working on my case?
What?
Sugar
No.
glider. There's small creatures, but they're
Mhm.
Yeah,
fast.
Squirrel Boy works over on the east side of the city.
I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I thought really
Listen,
kind of more
Karen,
local.
if you want any kind of payment, I want some results.
I've been working on it. There's just some bureaucratic things that I've been trying to get through, and there was this slight problem with a sinkhole
Just
opening up in the middle
follow
of the.
my husband and take pictures of him with whatever slut he's taken up with. That's all I need.
Yeah, I've been working on. Are you sure he's not? No, it's fine. Yeah, no, that's what I'm doing. Of course, obviously.
Are you okay, ma'am?
No.
You think your husband's cheating on you?
Yes.
I'm so. Would you like a drink?
No.
Like
thank you.
that's a hard thing. I mean, especially if you're just waiting for the truth to come out. That's heartbreaking. And you're here alone. You had to come find us alone, and that's a tough way to be. And I'm sorry. I'm sorry that you have to go through this.
I think you are trying to calm her down and showing a little bit of compassion.
Sure.
This is something normal people do from time to time. The
Yeah.
difficulty for her is she's very irate, so I'm going to say that it's a good difficulty. It's not like she's a supervillain or anything.
Oh, okay. So you said it was normal. I'm guessing this is
Yes.
heart, and I believe I am acting in my role.
You are.
So I will roll those dice. All right. Hey, so already took them away. Probably don't have the spark to offer, and I kind of do if I wanted. But you said it's a good difficulty, so I need 3.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Tension is not in effect.
All right. Let's go for that. Let's see if I roll any better. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
She sits down beside you, and then she starts to cry on your shoulder, which means she has to lean over a good bit, and she just lets it all out about how good it was before, and how he's started to ignore her, and then he's been getting texts, he's so secretive, and just everything. She's starting to get some mascara on your shoulder.
It's I know the tricks to get it out.
It's cotton.
Yeah, cleans up. So like Sugar Glider's responses are all, have you tried talking to him? Not that I doubt you. If it gets to the point where we have to sneak around too, then that's not healthy. Like one way or the other, there's going to need to be a talk. Even if we find something, you're going to need to talk. So.
Oh, well, I will be talking to my lawyer. And when I have evidence that he's been cheating on me, that will help in the divorce.
It will, but I hear that at that point, the only people who win are the lawyers. I mean, we should maybe get the evidence. Like, I'll help.
Yes,
Karen,
with the evidence. Yeah, tell her.
That's Karen's working very, very hard, and we'll work
she's
together.
Working very hard on her second beer.
She's clearly had a long day, and so have you. And I didn't know about this before. Now I will help out. I'll help, and we'll get it done.
All right. Well, Squirrel Boy, I want your help.
It's sugar
If you
glider.
want to throw some of your business to Karen, you can.
Oh no, I'm happy to help Karen. She's an inspiration.
Definitely not a very good PI.
I think she does okay. We'll be all right. We'll help you out.
So
Do you need me to call you a cab or an Uber?
Nice. So we cut over to what is the expression going over Sasha's face as you are no longer able to help? I guess you were kind of wingmanning for poor Sugar Glider there.
I was. I don't know if I was able to hear any of their conversation though.
I think you probably heard the more histrionic, like louder parts from his Hernandez, but probably the like regular conversation parts probably not.
All right, I slide over some more of the Zima, more bottles of that, and I kind of like clap Time Skipper on the shoulder, and I think I'll just like casually wander over, but like stand around there.
Okay.
Like,
Yeah, you kind of hovering around as Sugar Glider has talked the lady into taking a. I'm sorry, Alejandro, you had a thing?
No, I was just clarifying. You're going over to go hover over Chiron and Sugar Glider.
You're
whoa.
kind of roboting. I'm not able to hear you much at
Yeah.
all. What I hear sounds very much like a Cylon.
I will reset.
Okay, yeah. So I kind of wandered over, and I'm okay. Wendell, I'm giving you like, are you serious? Kind of looks.
Let's test Alejandro, see if he's
Can you hear me?
test 1 2.
Better? Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're a little muffled, but not staticky, so that's good.
All right. No, I was just clarifying that the fist is going to go hover over the Sugar Glider and Chiron. That was it. Sorry.
Yeah, I'll hover, and I'm giving you like bro looks. Let's communicate with our eyes. So
Yeah.
with my eyes, I'm saying, bro, are you
Yeah.
serious? Like, are you serious? That's my eyes. What are your eyes saying?
So this is right after the Beatrix or whatever has left.
No, I think
Or-
this is actually like while she's like crying or whatever and getting mascara on your shoulder.
Like his eyes are like, what I'm supposed to do? Here's a person who needs help. He's like, it's the right thing to do.
Okay. And I guess when she leaves, I'm gonna sit back down.
Some people are just beyond help.
Do you
No,
also,
we can help her. It'll be okay.
do you also come sit, Pap?
Wait, you said you went back and sat down with because you invited me to sit down with you and Time Lord, whatever.
Time skipper?
Right.
Please have a conversation with Pat because Alejandro hasn't been in the conversation for a while, and I'd love to hear his sonorous voice.
Yeah, I think I like hover there, and I'm just like, I text you saying we'll talk about this, and by you I mean Wendell, and I'm sitting down beside Pap again.
Time Skipper's here, and they finally work up the courage to say, "You should not have destroyed my car, my yacht, my vehicle. That was very mean."
You should have not annihilated the people that don't matter, because the people that don't matter to me. Those are the only people that matter. And if I find out that you do this again, I will not stop eating.
I slide over another Zima.
I take the Zima and sip on it for a little bit. So, I'm sorry.
Yeah, after a minute, he like looks down at. He's like, "Is it? It's in a bottle, right?"
Yeah.
It just at some point he just realizes that it's red. It's not Zima colored. It's like red, and he's not sure what he's drinking. I'm just playing tricks in his. I'm just playing games with his mind.
I think I like put a hand on your shoulder, Pop. I'm like, Pop, you already ate his car.
Okay.
Their car.
And I just kind of slump back. I'm like, okay.
Does a Zima turn back to its normal
Yeah.
non-Pepsi color? Okay.
I think perhaps I should go.
You got somewhere to stay?
No.
You come stay with me?
I put a key on the table and I slide it across the table. And I go, there's an empty apartment upstairs.
Pick up the key and look at it. Puts it back down. Pushes it back towards you. I think I will stay with Sasha. Aisha said that you are very compassionate.
Wait, who said that I was very compassionate?
Or my former employee, Aisha?
Oh, sorry. Let me turn up my volume.
Oh, I'll speak up then. Let me bring the mic a little closer. Aisha said you were very compassionate.
And there's like a moment where I'm like, oh fuck. And I take up my phone and I text Aisha and I say, I think you're going to need to find a new job.
And she texts back, why?
Because we captured your bosses for killing people.
Shit. Oh. All right. That's her text back.
Yeah, and I think there's like a long pause when I'm like staring down at the phone, and then I'm like, and I type out, I'm sorry, and then I stare at it, and then I delete it, and then I type it again, and I just text it.
Nice. Cool. So you're waiting for Aisha's response when Malik comes in to the hard hold and comes over and says, "Hey, Sash."
Hey.
Oh. Who's this freak? Points at Time Skipper.
My new roommate.
Yeah. Did you hear about what Danny did?
No, what?
He like tries to pull you out of the booth. Come, we gotta talk around them.
Yeah, I go with him.
Cool. So he's like pulls you around. He says, Danny. Takes you outside, lights a cigarette. Danny hooked up with that waitress that I like. Gina.
Oh, hell no.
Right? broke the bro code.
Malik, no.
No, what? No, you got my back here.
No, that's between you two.
Come on. He's asking for it. Never went and took any of his girls he was interested in. I said I was interested. I was clear, wasn't I?
Look, you want to do what you want to do. That's fine.
Come on, you're the fist, though.
Yeah, I could kill him. I'm not killing him because he slept with this chick.
I asked you to kill him. Just, one pop. Just like a jab. Just like a little one.
Listen, this dude, some Canadian, I just put him in the hospital because I punched him once. Okay?
I had a glass jaw. Come on.
And he's a
Beat people
fucking
up for me before. Come on.
I'm not doing that for you anymore.
Why? Is that Aisha girl? You too good for us now?
Malik, don't fucking get me started.
Or are you gonna push me? You gonna put me in the hospital?
I don't want to put you in the hospital, and I don't want to put Danny in the hospital.
The cat really needed attention. I'm glad that you helped. Don't think it's gonna make it go away, but I think you made the right call there. Shit, I thought we were friends.
We are friends.
Well, Danny ain't our friend. He's always been some pussy ass hanger on anyway.
You don't think
Nice
Danny's your
sneaker
friend? Malik, is that
No, not now.
so you've been fronting all this time? All the times that he covered for you? Shit.
Hold up. No, we were friends and he violated the bro code. Hooking
Don't
up
talk
with
to me
Gina.
about this fucking bro code. Listen, Gina can decide who she wants to sleep with, okay?
Sure, she can.
Uh-huh.
I'm not saying she doesn't get a choice. What I'm saying is, when Danny is in the group, he doesn't give her that opportunity. I would never go after Aisha because you two hooked up. That's how it goes. And he broke it. So he's out.
Alright, so he's fucking out.
All right. Tell Terrell too. You can get pissed. Smoking pot. You all right? You seem like something's going wrong.
Sorry,
Lights
I'm
a cigarette.
super distracted by my cat.
You want to cut away?
Yeah.
Cool. All right. So Ms. Hernandez is gone. Time Skipper will be sitting at the booth trying to avoid eye contact with you, Pap.
So you've traveled through time.
Yes.
Fucks with your head a little bit. Changes things.
Are you speaking from experience or extemporaneously positing a theorem?
Oh no, I know. I didn't used to run a bar. See this right here? This is the disguise.
I'm sorry?
No.
So what I saw before eating Eon was the real you?
Yeah.
Demons. And they know?
Parts. Enough.
How old are you?
I stopped counting after the first couple thousand years. But that was all during the war. I'm not that. I'm Pap now.
Except when you choose to eat my friends, then you're not.
Why did I choose to eat your friends?
Because you're a bully?
Because you're annihilating people. You're no divine source that can determine morality or right and wrong, black and white. It's not your judgment to decide who is of value and who's not. I've had enough of that.
But you lived in it for a few thousand years.
I was created for war. I chose the hard hold.
It's possibly the last place that you'll choose since we aren't able to follow the directives, fix paradoxes.
This book of yours? Oh no, I didn't hear about the book. No. Pap doesn't know about the book. Yeah. You're no arbiter. You don't decide. You can't. You're mortal. Playing at God. But you're nothing more than your toys.
Yes, now I will need to get a real job. They look up at the pieces of their time yacht. At least for a while. See, what you don't understand, Pap, is that I'm aware I will not always be the time skipper. There'll be another after me.
Then I'll have to crush them.
I certainly hope you don't. They look over their shoulder at Sugar Glider and Karen after they've escorted Miss Hernandez away, gotten her an Uber.
What are you playing at?
Your friend, Sugar Glider, Wendell, will be the next time skipper. He's already proven that he has the capability. And he won't do so without killing people. He's already created the option that did not exist before. But he won't be taking that yacht, will he?
No. The thing that Sugar Glider has that you don't, what I struggle with, is he knows how to care for people. You took advantage of people.
I'm going to go outside and wait for my new roommate to have time for me. And they get out of the booth. And they walk towards the door.
I put my hand on his shoulder and I give him a vision of one of the demon angel wars where like I put him my experience them I put them in my experience in the war and like a really dramatic experience.
Okay.
And it's like a flash. I want to like torment them but not break him or them break them. And then I say, I can get you a job.
No. No.
And I walk away.
So we cut back to Sugar Glider, and Kyron, Miss Hernandez is gone, and you may or may not have a job.
Oh my God, Wynn, thank you so much.
I mean, she just looked like she needed to talk.
Oh, she's
You
needed
know?
to talk over and over. She
Yeah,
just nothing
yeah.
but talk. She's been a lot.
Well, I mean, it's a hard time. Like, so these villains that we've met today, whatever else we think of them, they've had an apocalypse, right? They had a world and it's gone. And that happens to everyone every day. You know, you lose your puppy or your husband's cheating on you, and no one can really understand. I can't understand, but don't we at least owe them the effort to try? And especially, you know, if you're trying to, you know, if you're going to profit from it, you know, you're good at what you do.
Well,
You should try to understand them.
I am an amazing PI, and you're right, I do deserve more paying customers. It's just nice not to lose one.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I'm not. That's not quite what I was saying, but it's, yeah, more paying customers.
Yeah, but I don't know if I have the strength of spirit to deal with forgiving time-traveling murder yachters at the moment who
Oh, you
may or
don't have
may
to forgive them to understand them. That's not the same thing at all. Like, they're just human, I think.
I mean, probably, maybe, but I don't even understand our own team.
Well, I mean, I have dossiers, but what's not
Have
to
what now?
understand? Don't pay, they're color coded. Don't worry about it. Look, we're a bunch of people who get together to help people. Like, there's not much to understand. We get together and we do that because other people can't or won't, and someone has to. And here we are.
Why does it feel like everyone's always yelling at us? I mean, if we're just here helping people, why can't people just accept that we're here helping them?
Because they're scared and alone, like everyone else.
Then why do they keep punching at us?
Kind of wish they wouldn't. I think I chipped a tooth. It's easier to lash out. Like, violence is almost always the easier option, at least in the short term. That's the theory anyway. I will be honest, whenever I try violence, it doesn't tend to work out so good for me. But, you know, I mean, even when Savage Shrew took that dive, right, from that helicopter, I don't know if you've seen the footage. This is amazing, right? That was, I mean, it's technically violence, the force of one against another, but it was also an act of sacrifice, and not knowing if it was going to work out, not knowing if Dr. Cross would catch him, not knowing if he would survive the fall. And sacrifice is hard too. I don't know. There aren't any easy answers, I guess.
When it's really, really hard to keep hating our rivals if you keep talking about how human and normal they are.
Why would you want to hate your rival?
Well, I don't want to. It's just one of those things that makes things easier. And then you punch them up and you shoot arrows at them. And it's hard if you're thinking about, I don't know, what their cat will eat after they're arrowed and in jail somewhere.
Well, it's not supposed to be easy, Karen. Like, did you do this because you thought it would be easy?
But it seems easy for you.
Are you serious?
Well, I mean, not the punching thing. That's why we keep Pap and Sasha around.
It's not easy, and I'm scared all the time. But it needs doing, and here I am. And here you are. And also, Sasha and Pap. It's a pretty great team. And apparently we stopped, time-traveling marauders from disappearing a whole lot of people. Or you guys did. I guess I didn't really do that. But my team did it. And that's a thing. It's pretty amazing.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. Buddy keeps being all, why'd you beat up our car? We're innocent time travelers. We're just murdering hobos because it was funny or whatever. But no, we stopped them because it wasn't funny and their car was stupid.
I feel like you're maybe glossing over some things, but I don't know. I think if we had a shape-shifting car, that would probably aid in the team.
Well, I mean, you're not wrong. But deeper moral ramifications are for other days when I am not covered in mud.
You want another drink?
Oh, God,
I have no idea what this is, but I drank it.
We should definitely have more.
I think that is a good stopping point for that amazing bonding scene. Each of you gain back 3 spark. And just as a function of time, I think this might be a good point for us to think about some epilogues, unless anyone had a real quick scene before we move to epilogues. Probably good, because
I do. I have like
Okay.
a quick.
Yeah.
So after everybody's leaving, I ask Sugar Glider for some help in the back room, and we go in, and it's just like, so the hard hold is like an old warehouse type. That's how I picture it. And so there's like this other old, like there's this like warehouse portion of it, and we go into this other room, and there's like this torn apart Cadillac, and like just pieces of it, and I just look and I go, I wonder if there's anything you can do with this.
I think there's a lot our team can do with this.
I pat your shoulder and then I walk out. So presumably I just give you parts of a time machine that you can go fulfill your destiny with.
I probably have to get Karen's help, but yeah, I kind of presumed that was the end of the scene, but I'm happy to keep on playing with it and chew the scenery.
That's what Pap wanted to do. So if you want to, like, I pat your shoulder and I start walking out, but you can.
Man, I kind of wish I had more reason to interact with Pap again. Like, I think that's the whole scene. I think that's good. I just wish we were playing again so I could have another one.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So let's move on to epilogues. This can be immediately, it could be a setup for your spin-off comics adventure, it could be the end of the road, or just another moment in time for your character until you're picked up into a new series. Who would like to go first with their epilogue?
I can go. I have
Cool.
just a quick one. So I'm behind the bar and just cleaning dishes, doing stereotypical bar guy thing. And it's empty except for Bianca's in the corner, like cleaning her needles. And this guy barges in with a shotgun, and he's like, "Give me all your money." And then I just look at him and I smile, and I put a glass on the table and I pour the glass out and I just slide it over to him, and that ends the scene.
Jason need to step away. So Patrick or Agatha, do you guys have an idea for your epilogue?
Okay, I can go.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I think the scene is at a park. It's wait, what is it called? I forgot. Hold on. I got it. It's the Woodrow Park Parquet.
Yes.
Yeah. And there's like a swing set there, but Sasha is not sitting on the swing set. Sasha is sitting on a bench, and actually Aisha's there as well. And you can't hear what they're saying, but it looks like both of them are getting a little bit agitated. And then and I think Aisha is kind of like gesturing and like making points, like doing a lot of very sharp pointed gestures. And then this is probably something that neither of them would have noticed, but if there's a bystander, they could definitely tell that that as Aisha is getting more agitated, Sasha is kind of like almost visibly retreating and then becoming more like you can tell that every time he says something, it provokes a kind of response from Aisha, but he is almost looking more and more like he's pulling into himself and not becoming less and less expressive. And then it finally gets to a point where Aisha turns around and walks away. And it's just Sasha sitting there on the bench looking at the swings.
Oof. Seems appropriate.
So I think Karen's, it's nighttime. We see her up standing like on the roof of an apartment building, like at the corner of it, sort of leaning over the side, and wind is going, blowing her ponytail. She's looking through a camera down a building across the street. Just sort of shakes her head and goes, "No, come on, Mr. Hernandez, why? Why did you have to prove her right? Ugh. It's the absolute worst part of this job." She takes a couple of pictures, but then has to stop as there's this like weird blurry shape that moves in front of her camera. She jerks her head back from it, and it's where Wen is pushed like a bag of chips in front of her camera. And she sort of turns, and like the camera, the shot widens out and it's the two of them up there. And she takes the bag and hands him the camera for a moment and just sort of like zooms out as they're chatting on the rooftop there.
Nice. And then Sugar Glider, what is your epilogue?
I think that's his actual epilogue, but I imagine a comic book cover, which is kind of like a what if, and it's got a kind of a crazy rocket ship looking thing that is a open cockpit time traveling thing. Sugar Glider's kind of behind the wheel freaking out, and the rest of the team's in it with him. And the title of it says Time Glider.
Yes.
But it's also a what if ...
Okay. Yeah, I'd still buy that. Ongoing series, but really it was a one shot. All right. Awesome. That will bring our 3-issue series to a close. Just wanted to say thank you all so much for giving this a shot, for trying out Super Tools and Super Heart, for playing really cool and wild and interesting characters. It was a real pleasure. I look forward to running Hit the Streets down the road. I would love to see spin-offs of these characters in other game systems. If that doesn't, if we can't sync up, they're all pretty interesting. It's a cool team. Thank you guys so much, and I'll go ahead and bring the broadcast to a close. Appreciate it.